So let's talk some CJ Henderson for a minute. I thought he had a good season. He pretty much checked off every box going into the season that I look for in a corner. Runs a sub 4.4. That's really important. There's a lot to like about him. Pretty smart player. And it was up and down, but I thought that the ups were there. And for a rookie corner, you're going to have some downs. That's going to happen. You're going to have some welcome to the NFL moments. I thought there was a lot more good than bad with Henderson. And it also kind of hurt that he was injured for part of the season. Only 474 snaps. He only got 270 coverage snaps, so it just makes it a little bit more difficult to evaluate. But there's plenty I saw that I liked about him. So let's start off with the first game. This was his best game of the season, actually. He really came out of the gate strong, which you don't see a lot of rookie corners do. So that was kind of like whoa, didn't expect that. But what's going to happen is that this is a unique play, and I'm actually not 100% sure if he did the right thing. He might have, he might not have. So this is a cover 2 man play, at least I believe it is, although Henderson's going to kind of treat it as though it's cover 2 zone. But anyways, you see the concept. It's a concept designed to beat zone. You have a receiver run deep. That kind of gets Henderson out of the way. Another receiver kind of runs in that area. So it can be good against man either, but man as well. But watch what happens. So right when this play starts, Henderson, you could argue, is a little bit out of position, has to play a bit catch up, but I don't really have an issue with it. Henderson is fast enough. He can be a little bit more patient and, make sure he doesn't get fooled. I have no issue with this, especially with the cover 2 over the top. Don't get too afraid of getting burned deep. And at a certain point, right after I start playing again, he's going to pass off the Indianapolis player. And I'm not sure if he just read this play or saw it on tape or something, or if this was just a cross-up, he thought it was zone and it actually is man. I think he read this play, though. I think he saw what this play was and realized, okay, I'll pass you off to the safety because these guys aren't both going deep. If you're going deep, the other guy isn't. And then potentially I can come over and disrupt the pass that's probably going to actually happen. So Rivers does decide to throw it there. Henderson's going to just jump in front and actually get the interception right there. So again, usually your welcome to the NFL moment is something, horrible happening. You're getting burned by some great player or something. For him, his welcome to the NFL moment was just past 1 quarter into football, getting an interception off of a guy who's probably going to be a Hall of Famer in his last season. That's pretty cool. But anyways, a play like this is probably a better example of kind of showing the good and bad of Henderson, I guess. So it's going to be just a quick curl route and watch what happens. So right when this play starts, you're going to notice how, again, Henderson gives up a bit of separation, and not a ton. This isn't horrible coverage by any means. Gives up a little bit of separation. And this is kind of something that I guess you can just expect from rookie corners a good amount. Is they're just going to be a little bit surprised by how quick guys cut and how quick guys move, because you're not used to that in the NFL too often. I mean, think about it. The best college players you go up against are guys who just play in the NFL, not superstars in the NFL or anything. So then when you have superstars in the NFL who also are 27 instead of 20, well, that just makes a huge difference. But as I said, this is not just a negative play of Henderson's. As you see, he ends up coming back into the play, and he's going to actually knock that one away. So he did a great job of getting past breakups, getting past deflections. So a lot of it was that. He might give up a little bit of separation, but really good closing speed. And again, as I said, that sub 3.4 speed, it's going to help you a lot. As a corner, that's the number one thing that can help you, is having that speed where you're not going to get too out of position. And there was some other stuff I saw that I think that he will improve on, kind of getting the footwork down a little bit and not giving up as much separation to begin with, because I saw him at times improve throughout the course of a single game. So like right here, perfect example of what's going to happen. So it's going to be a cover 3 zone, and this is classic Tennessee. They have Derrick Henry, so you want to play zone to help stop Derrick Henry. But then what you do is you just run a play action, have a receiver run over the middle, all of the linebackers are out of position, you throw over the top. Henderson's quote-unquote job is to cover the zone you see. And sometimes what a corner will do is just run over and cover the route you see on the screen, because that's the closest eligible receiver, and that's what you can do. You can do that in cover 3. Some teams even want you to do that. The concern is that maybe a tight end will sneak out in that area, but it's something you can do. And watch how right when this play starts, Henderson not doing that. He's staying back. He's kind of making sure nothing goes his way, and I don't hate that decision necessarily, because again, it's kind of what you it's something you can do. It's not something you have to do. And it really depends on what kind of defense are you running to decide what to do. It seems like at a certain point, though, he realizes, I probably should be covering that guy because he is going to eventually run over. Like, as you see, he eventually tries to get over, but it's just way too late at that point. So you can argue, okay, probably should have gotten over there a little quicker. I understand why he was a bit hesitant to get over there, though, just because what if there was a tight end sneaking out? You don't want to give up like a free touchdown because you're too aggressive. But then later on, this play would happen where, as you see, this looks pretty similar, right? It's the same play. I mean, it's on the other side of the field now, going the other direction, but same exact play. However, watch how much quicker Henderson is going to be this time. I mean, as you see, right when this play starts, he immediately gets over, and he's going to use the speed to close the gap and actually knock the ball away. So that's really impressive to me. It shows that not only can he can improve in real time in games. So when you have it in between the ears, well, that's really helpful as well. And again, paired with the speed, there was a bit of separation, but he has good enough closing speed to still not allow the completion. Speed is really important in corners. It just is. Speed matters more than just about anything, and he has that. We can show a negative if we want. There were some negative plays. Usually it's him getting beat with footwork. That tends to be the way that it would work, is just getting beat a little bit with footwork. It's something that happens to young corners, getting beat with double moves or with footwork, stuff like that. So what's going to happen here is it's man coverage. He's on an island right now. It's a one-on-one matchup, so that's how this is going to work. He is on the offense's right, so defense is left, going up against the route that you see on the screen. Right when this play starts, I mean, you notice how, okay, so receiver gets a little past him for one thing. And honestly, if I'm being honest, in a situation like this, you probably don't have to play press coverage. Like, you can wait a little bit further off. I don't think you need to be that playing press coverage. It is 2nd down and 8. Don't be afraid to give up a few yards, but that's just my opinion. You see him, okay, so a little bit further off right here, and this is a tough situation, right? Because the Titans player, it's complete island. I mean, Henderson has completely no help, all the way from the sideline to the top of the screen to the hash marks to the bottom of the screen. He has over half of the field to cover right here, which is tough. But watch how Titans player fakes right, goes left, gets wide open. Henderson not really able to make the play, kind of got fooled with the footwork a little bit there. There's several things you can do. The one thing is to just be a little bit more patient and then get over. It's going to be tough. A great throw will beat you in that situation, but sometimes that's fine. Corey Davis, good player. He had a really good season last year, got paid because of it. He was an 1,000-yard guy, so there's no shame in losing to Corey Davis as well. But really, it's just getting more reps and realizing, oh, okay, this is a fake. I'm not going to get fooled by that, and then not getting fooled by it. So I'm not going to freak out over that too much. Like, oh no, there was a couple of times where he got beaten man with footwork against really good players. Okay, so does every corner that's ever played. Like Marlon Humphrey gets beat that way sometimes. Like, I don't care who your favorite corner is, they get beat sometimes in today's NFL where you can't create the contact you could 20 years ago. That's just the way the sport works now. So I really like Henderson. I think there's a lot of promise. Like, no rookie corners ever tend to be good. It usually takes a year. That is absolutely the case with Henderson. I think it's going to take a year. I think he's going to be really good next year. And you know what? They got Tyson Campbell, a really good corner in the draft, this most recent draft in the 2nd round, who I think will be really good. They got Andre Sisco, good safety. They also signed Griffin. So they're improving their secondary, which is important. That's really important for a team, is having a good secondary. The most important thing is the passing game. So you want to get good receivers, you want to get good corners, you want to get good secondary players, and a good quarterback, of course. So I think absolutely, I could see Henderson having a breakout second year. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.